I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible, but just want to speak on the presidential election setup we got going and the way things have been for years now, and it's got to end. The whole system is a farce. It's like, who puts the most money into advertising wins. You know, who has the millions to spend on advertising. It needs to be set up so that every individual running for president has an equal amount of time on television. That's got to be mandated. This is ludicrous. Did you notice Ron Paul made a little move in Maine? He finished a strong second, and now we haven't heard a thing from him. Instead of more attention, he's garnered less attention. Okay? He's the only candidate in this election that's not bought and sold politician. Okay? Let's face it. We all know that it's not the politicians that run the country. It's corporate America that runs the country. They buy and sell politicians like cars. I mean, let's face it. And they own the media, and they can sway anything they want. Any direction they want something to go in, they can do. They have the power to do that. I mean, there's billions and billions and billions of dollars flowing through, you know, the sources that want this and that, the multi-million-dollar companies. They can make things however they want them. I mean, that's the truth of America. When the Declaration of Independence was written, they didn't have TV in mind and advertising and all the crap that goes on nowadays. I mean, Newt Gingrich was doing real well until Romney put all that money into advertising negative ads against him, and it worked. We bought it, and I mean, even though I'm not a fan of Gingrich, that's what happened, and that's the way this goes. Now Santorum is coming up. You know, he's making a move. We don't know what we want because we believe this advertising. They're so good at it now, we can be swayed either way. I think people are so confused nowadays when it comes to politics. It's unbelievable. But anyway, Ron Paul's the only candidate out there that's not bought and sold by corporate America. At least that's my way of thinking. I could be wrong, but he seems to be the only one that's got an independent thought in his head. Okay, we've got to end these ridiculous wars overseas and concentrate on rebuilding America. We don't have the money to do this. We're so far into debt. I mean, we're in desperate shape, and we have to turn this country around and work within the country to rebuild it. You know, all this money we owe everywhere, it's ludicrous, and it's all because of corporate America greed. You know, the banks selling, you know. How many people have been taken to court over this bailout thing? And those people are still in power. You know, we don't hear about that. Is BP going to court for the oil spill? Exxon gets away with oil spill and pays 1/10 of what they were charged to pay, what they were supposed to pay. By the Supreme Court lowered it from $5 billion down to 10% of that. And it took 20 years to pay it. And all those people that needed the money at the time didn't get a dime. They're either dead or from old age, or you know they've been out of. None of their families got benefits when they needed it. And this kind of crap goes on in America, and nobody pays attention to it. How many stories did you see on the Exxon? Yeah, it makes me sick. This crap just goes on and on and on. I mean, we've got to fix the system big time. Complain to the news media outlets. Why aren't we seeing more Ron Paul? You know, he's just as viable a candidate as all the others in there, but all we hear is Romney and Santorum now that Gingrich is going down. I mean, it's a game. It's a game. George Carlin said, the real ones that run this country are the corporate. It's corporate America. It's a big giant club, and like he said, and we're not part of it. And they just want all the money they can get from it. Middle America is taking the burden of this country. We're being taxed to death. Our benefits are being cut. You know, I've got health care. I pay a lot of money for health care. I don't use it because I still can't afford it, even after they pay their share. The only reason I have it is in case something major. I don't go for checkups or a pain here and there. I can't afford that. I'm working 2 jobs. I can't afford that. That's America today. Everybody I work with works 2 jobs. That's, especially if they got a family. You think you can make it on 1 job other than the big corporate geeks? Sorry. Alright, enough raving. The man, okay? Ron Paul's the man. Don't believe all the stupid ads. Don't be swayed by the way the media and ignoring him thinking he's a non-factor. Look into his record. Alright? Look into his 15% taxes on his tax of his income. Wouldn't you like to pay 15%? Huh? No, we'd pay 30 and above. But he gets away with 15% and he makes 100 times more than I do or more. That's a big chunk of money could be going back into America. But no, it's in tax-free shelters, investments. You know, that's what being rich gets you in this country. If everybody in this country paid the same amount of taxes that I do, we'd be out of debt tomorrow. All right, think about those things. Everybody running in this election other than Ron Paul is bought and sold by corporate America. Look into his record and vote for him. Well, he's got to get there first. But make your news media outlets accountable. Okay? Make them accountable. Give everybody a fair shake.